Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome back to my live stream. Welcome back to my WWE full review. This is Jacob Cass 2024. My video has been sponsored by JD from New York, Fightful Pro Wrestling, Solomon the Sound Off, and Just Alice and No DQ, Post Wrestling, Joe Cronin, and my other favorite podcasters who do wrestling reviews. Now we will talk about. Make you guys hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Let me know in the comment section you guys want to see more. Alright, alright. I think I'll make the video like an hour long. We are gonna talk about Raw. The show went off the air pretty early. It didn't end at 11 o'clock. The show was 2.5 hours. I think it was like 2 hours and 30 minutes. It was 2.5 hours. I think it was 2 hours and 30 minutes. I think it was. It didn't end at 11. It ended pretty quick. Thought the show was okay. The show was pretty good. It was a lot better than last week. Now the big topic that we're gonna talk about, the big thing about this show is the debut of Penta. Penta L Zero Mental. He finally made a debut. It was no shocker. The work kept secret in WWE. No shocker. Penta made a debut to WWE. He wrestled his first match on Raw against Chad Gable in a very good match. Penta debut. We saw Rhea Ripley. We saw Gunther was on the show. CM Punk, Rollins, and McIntyre are all in the Rumble. With Nia really there. She's not making any friends. Sami Zayn in the mid was pretty good. Lyra Valkyria becomes the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion. She had a very good match with Dakota Kai. Rhea Ripley, Mommy, is back on top. We saw Gunther on the show. Jey Uso won Gunther title at Saturday Night Main Event. Saturday Night Main Event. So Gunther's not going to be defending it at the Royal Rumble. I think I don't know who's going to be on that pay-per-view, but Gunther's going to be on the house show. A Saturday Night Main Event. This match will take place 1 week before the Rumble. I don't know who Gunther's going to feud with. Maybe Logan Paul. Maybe Goldberg if he's coming back. Hopefully not, but I think he will. Jey Uso and Gunther is just a filler feud. They've been in the ring before. Last year they were in the ring. We also got Sheamus confronts Braun Breaker after Ludwig Kaiser match. Sheamus had a very good match with Ludwig Kaiser. They're also teasing Braun Breaker and Sheamus for the Intercontinental Championship. I think we will get it. These two need to want it back ASAP. I think we are going to get that match. I have a feeling we will get the rematch. We will get the one-on-one. They have been setting up Sheamus to win that Intercontinental Championship. I think he will win it. I think it makes sense to do it on pay-per-view to have it mean more, have it mean something. This is a big match, a big feud. So that's why Gunther's not going to defend it at the Royal Rumble. He doesn't have a big feud. Jey Uso is a filler feud for Saturday Night Main Event. Sheamus and Braun Breaker. It makes sense to do it on the pay-per-view because we only have we only have 3 matches on the Royal Rumble. We got the men's and the women's Royal Rumble, both Rumbles, and we got Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship in a ladder match. They need another match. You can't have 3 matches. I think they might have 4 matches at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. I think they might have 4 matches because last year they had 4 matches, so it makes sense to have 4 matches this year. It just made sense because Nakamura is not defending it at the Royal Rumble. Lyra was not going to defend it because she didn't want it tonight. She had no big feud. Her and Dakota shook hands here. We know Tiffany Stratton is going to defend it this Friday against Naomi. So she's not going to defend it at the Rumble. Maybe against Nia Jax. Maybe. I doubt it. Not really a pay-per-view match, but okay. We know that the tag team titles are not going to be defended. I think it has to be Sheamus and Braun Breaker. I think it's all set up for Sheamus a big moment to win that Intercontinental Championship. It's the one belt that has eluded his whole career. He never won that title. I think they're setting up for a big moment here. Sheamus will definitely take that title from Braun Breaker. Now we did get a backstage segment with Dirty Dom in a doghouse with Liv Morgan. I don't know what they're doing here. Don't know what this is setting up. Maybe them to leave each other. Is Liv gonna leave Dominic? Or are they setting up Balor? I don't know. It says here that Liv is big man at Dirty Dom. Because he lost last week. Here's Penta. He makes his debut with an epic win over Chad Gable. Penta's ready to lead a new era of WWE. He actually spoke on the microphone. It was very, very good. He looked great, had a great entrance, had a great reaction. Now this is what opened the show. This is what we opened the show where CM Punk came out, respond to John Cena. CM Punk gonna be in the Rumble. Seth Rollins came out and interrupted him. Drew McIntyre also came out. Now they also teased to have all three of these guys fight, but they didn't. McIntyre's smart. He wants to focus on Roman Reigns. He wants to stop Roman Reigns at the Royal Rumble, so he doesn't win the belt. Now these are your podcasters. We got the Weasel Blonde. We got Mr. Zap. Alright. Now these are the news and rumors over here. Malachi Black leaving AEW. As House of Black crumbles, he could go back to WWE. Tony Khan backdash. The fans are having enough of Tony Khan's garbage on AEW. Fans threw up in disappointment. The real reason Hulk Hogan got booed out, the winner of the hard truth. And we also got some news on Vince McMahon. McMahon claimed the case is closed, but trouble remains. Slap on the wrist. Now before I go back to that, I will show y'all these. I'm fine with it. I wasn't that bothered by it. And then the post match where I believe is I'm gonna assume it's longer, perhaps they stole him off there. A few independent pro wrestlers that want to. It's big, it's important, and it matters. And I gotta say, Sean, you know what's really impressive? About that time period for me as a fan because we got some of the best work that I've ever seen. For me, Santi, I will never forget the best of 7 series with that triangle and the that was some of the best stuff that I've ever seen. So, and when I think about Penta, that's probably one of the first things that pops into my head. Super, thank you so much for the super chat. All right, so let's continue on. I really think I can get into another massive moment of the evening, and that was the fact that we crowned the first ever inaugural Hold on. Mine will skip some of this. Now we did see Triple H back there. I think I already showed that. The main event was Damian Priest and Finn Balor. Priest didn't hold him back in the street fight. Did the street fight just turn into a dresser match? That Finn Balor in the dresser match? Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Who won this match again? I'll go back and see it. I do want to see who won this match. Priest Sami Zayn won. Oh, what the hell? We didn't even show it. Well, that's weird.
There's so many similarities. That is a dream match of mine for the feud that would occur. Announced Royal Rumble. This is a stacked Rumble. We got Roman, we got Cena, we got Punk, we got Drew, we got Seth. Who else is there? You better come up with the rest of it because what? I have an idea. That is the way to get on WrestleMania as a Lyra Valkyria, where you're so early on in your career, where you aren't just a shoe-in for every major show. But if you can latch on to a feud with a Becky Lynch, that's a pretty darn good way to get that major exposure on a major PLE at a major show like a WrestleMania. To me, it's win. Miedo, the man himself, coming on over from AEW, and has now finally landed in his new home. He's now in the big time, as Michael Cole so eloquently put tonight. He's now in the big time. He's now in WWE. I think you guys are going to, if you know me well enough, the best matches in AEW history in a cage against the Young Bucks, right? And sure enough, they went off the air early. And we knew that this was a possibility because on Netflix we have been told in interviews that they will have the flexibility to go however long they want to go. Some weeks it might be 3 hours, some weeks it might be 2 hours. Tonight the show went 2.5 hours. And honestly, I think that is the perfect length. If you're looking for the perfect compromise between the 2 and 3 hours, right at that 2.5 hour mark, perfect. I think that was exactly what it needed to be tonight. They didn't overstay their welcome. And I enjoyed this show a lot more than I did the premiere last week. And I didn't necessarily hate the premiere the way that some people did. But this show tonight, and I said this last week, last week's show was an introduction to the Netflix audience That's why they have The Rock there, and they had John Cena's on the show, and they had all these legends and The Undertaker and celebrities in the crowd and all these different people, because they were introducing themselves to an audience that ordinarily would not watch WWE. They wanted to make a big splash. They wanted it to be very flashy. This week's show is going to give us a better indication of what Raw is going to look like and feel like going forward. And I think tonight that was exactly what this show was. The biggest thing about this show, though, that I was looking forward to, the thing that I was most interested to see here on this show tonight, was the debut of Penta, which was spoiled earlier today. I mean, it was spoiled last week when they put his name up on the screen. But we knew Chad Gable was going to be wrestling a mystery luchador coming into tonight. And we didn't know who it was, but we did. And they couldn't even wait. WWE shop, they already had a page devoted to Penta put up earlier today. He was there and everything. A picture of him wearing his new t-shirt and everything. It was already up earlier today. And I don't even necessarily think it was a bad move on their part to drum up excitement to see his entrance, the moment the bell rang, and he had the match with Chad Gable. To the post-match promo. They gave him post-match promo time in the ring to address the audience, which I thought was very cool. It was very important for somebody who they are trying to establish here on day one as something of a big deal. Why should you care? We already have a bunch of luchadors in this company, and we see by and large how WWE and Triple H books them. Okay, Dragon Lee, I could point to different examples like that. They're so excited to be there. But I couldn't help, I'm watching him, and I'm just thinking, and my thought was, that popped in my head, Tony Khan's loss is Triple H's gain. And I think that's going to be the case potentially with Aleister Black as well. We'll see how that plays out. But with Penta, who's never been in WWE before, but he has been in other places. My first exposure to him being in Lucha Underground, I became a Pentagon fan watching him on Lucha Underground. I said, this guy's fucking cool. There's something about this guy, the makeup, the mask, just his whole vibe that just screamed cool, even when he was a kid. And he was a world champion in that promotion. In AEW, he was largely relegated to tag team status. Had him under contract for 5 years. Because I just think not only you may not know who he is, guy's a star. And you saw that tonight here on the show. So I loved it as far as what they did with him, and I thought that was the best part of the entire show. That and the main event. Those really were the two highlights of this show tonight. Damian Priest and Finn Balor, they had a street fight that certainly felt like a blow-off. It should be a blow-off. And I think it is the blow-off. They went out there, and they laid it all out there. And they had a kick-ass main event, a very fun main event, I thought, with one insane spot off the balcony, probably up from like 200 level, of the Judgment Day. Finn Balor, once again, looking up at the lights. Liv Morgan, no longer the Women's World Champion. They already lost their tag team titles. Where to next for the Judgment Day? We already know one faction is no longer on Monday Night Raw. It was brought up in a very casual way tonight. Oh, by the way, Wyatt Six are no longer on Raw. So that's the end of the feud with the Final Testament, I guess. As far as the transfer window, that's our first big transfer. Because up until this point, the only real transfers were on the announcer side. So we did learn that tonight. But we also learned about a few different things. We got some more big names added to the Royal Rumble, men's Royal Rumble match this year, which is so far, and we're not even, halfway into the names that we know, is fucking stacked as far as the names that they have already announced. CM Punk tonight being one of them. But we also know 2 title matches that are coming up on Saturday night's main event, not this weekend, but the following week. We're already getting another one. We know where the World Heavyweight Championship match is going to be, and who Gunther will be defending. And we have an Intercontinental title match that has been announced, and I will tell you what that is.
Oh, it is?
And also tonight, the first ever women's Intercontinental Champion has been crowned. It was Lyra Valkyria and Dakota Kai in the finals of this tournament. This pay-per-view and the finals of that tournament were held off for this week because if they were on the show last week, it would have been lost in all the noise of The Rock and John Cena announcing for the Royal Rumble, Punk and Rollins, Hulk Hogan plugging the shitty beer, and all the other stuff that we had on the show last week. So, in terms of like Penta's debut, for example, as a fan of his, it would have been fine with me. I would have loved to have seen him in L. It shit happens. Uh,
Come on now, enough of these damn commercials.
do something out of line, you get put back in the toy chest and you sink to the very bottom. That's why you did not see.
CM Punk is being haunted by the ghosts of his past, but he's also beating those ghosts. And now they're just coming across as, big haters. And it works for Drew McIntyre. It works for Drew. For Seth, it's a give and take.
That percent it'll work a little bit more when he obviously has a deal. It's gonna happen. You kind of alluded to one of those reasons. He's losing the crowd battle, right? Like you can lose the matches. That's one thing. Like losing the crowd consistently every single episode. At some point or another, you're gonna need to recognize I might just need to lean into this as opposed to trying to fight this almost impossible fight to win, which is to try and get the crowd to love you instead of the other guy. And if this is going to be a trilogy at some point, they're going to keep fighting. I need one of them to be healed. I don't care which one, but it's pretty clear to me that the crowd is picking Seth to be the one to be the heel here. I think he just is the better choice. Right?
I felt like they should have done it sooner, Santi. I felt like from the moment that he went out there and was like, CM Punk ghosted me, and everyone was booing him, that was it right there. I actually thought he was going to turn like full on heel at the Raw Netflix premiere. I wish they would have really just like gone in and done it there because then that would have I think that would sort of kind of protected him from because him coming out and trying to be a babyface and the crowd saying no, we don't want you. It's making Seth look bad in my opinion.
Now, if making him look bad, can you like dive into that a little bit more? Like, how does it
I feel
a strategic petty move? Look at what we can do. Look at what you did not. So we get to tonight. And Penta shows up, lights go out. He got, I don't know if it's Death Rebel theme music, but he's got some kick-ass theme music that goes along with his hardcore style, man. Very metal-esque, which, that genre of music always fits pro wrestling like a glove. And so did this debut with Penta. It fit like a fucking glove on WWE TV. Why am I so hungry? I was watching football. Oh, dang it. Basically, it all happened. We're in California tonight, and I'll echo that because it just seems like hell on earth over there right now. So, any of you watching this are living out that way, I hope you're safe, and I hope you have your home and your health and everything. So,
going to the feud with CM Punk after it kind of felt like you were sort of sidelined when the attention all went to Drew and CM Punk. Suddenly, it's like, all right, it's been too many odds stacked up against Seth Rollins, and he hasn't been overcoming those odds at all, in my opinion. And so, for that reason, I think that it should have been long overdue that they turned that heel. Kind of protect the character just a little bit and just make it more of make it easier, I guess. Make it easier for Seth Rollins to gain that attention, to gain a different kind of attention from the crowd instead of going out there and being like, I'm on your guys' side. And the crowd's like, boo, we don't want you on our side. We want this guy. We want CM Punk, the guy that you say is the bad guy. We want that guy.
So I guess my question to you now is, do you not see Seth Rollins as a threat to win the Rumble?
No. Not even a little bit.
Is it because of how much stock he's lost over the last couple of months in your eyes?
Yes. All of that. He's playing second fiddle to the Drew CM Punk feud. Like, remember that. I know the injuries and everything got in the way, but still, the Drew Punk feud was a million more times interesting than the Seth Punk feud. And reminder, that's where we started. That's where we were supposed to go. And of course, minus the big moment that they had at the closing of the USA Network, I thought that was fantastic. They killed it there. But after that, I'm just like looking at this and I'm going, no, he's been taking too many out where he's not looking like a top guy, but he's supposed to be a top guy.
Yeah, and the crowd isn't treating him as such. The crowd, like you mentioned, the reaction are that of the second guy. And to have Seth Rollins kind of have that moniker hovering over him doesn't feel right. Step into the ring with Punk. It has to happen at least once. When that will happen, I don't know, but I am sure that at some point we are going to get it. But he said that much like Cena last week, he was here to officially declare for the Royal Rumble match. He was going to throw 29 other men over the top rope and go.
If you're going to spell it, let me tell you a little bit.
I really hate these damn commercials, man.
Because this is all deeply personal to the AEW setups. They feel like Penta turns his back on Tony Khan and AEW. Meanwhile, it's the other way around. It is the other way around. Tony Khan didn't want to use them anymore. Tony Khan didn't want them on the roster anymore because he caught wind that they wanted to go take their talents.
Adam, and she's going to ruin his life. And you know what? It's going to be great to watch.
You think that we're going to get him just like go? Look, I feel like I've been on the receiving end of that. I feel like every man that's been in a long-term relationship that just has to like kind of like keep over like, are you mad? No, not mad. Oh no, she's mad. And then I've been through this, brother. I've been through this.
But she's got a
And the only shot at redemption that he has is to flush CM Punk's hopes and dreams, his WrestleMania hopes and dreams, down the toilet by entering the Royal Rumble and throwing him out over the top. And he said that Punk is not going to win the Royal Rumble because he is going to win the Royal Rumble, and he's going to dump Punk out of the ring in order to do it. And that brought out Drew McIntyre. Now we got remember that great segment last year on Raw? I think it was right before WrestleMania, I think. But all three of these guys were in the ring. McIntyre was sitting cross-legged on the announce desk. One of the best segments on television all year last year. This was not that. I was kind of hoping when I saw McIntyre come out, I said, "Oh, maybe we'll get an encore of that." This was not as good as that, but McIntyre comes out and he says just when he thought that he couldn't get any more selfish or self-serving, he manages to top himself. And Punk just sort of automatically assumed that he was talking about him, so he starts popping off. Punk says that take one more step towards this ring. It's going to take a lot more than 15 staples to close your head this time. McIntyre said that I was talking to Seth. I know you think the world revolves around you, but I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to Rollins. So Rollins told him to bring his big ass to the ring and he'll stomp his head. Drew said the two of them are a lot alike, but at least Punk admits that he's a piece of crap. He said Seth acts like this big leader, but it's all just an act. He pointed out that once, this was before Survivor Series, Rollins made the comment that we cannot let Roman Reigns regain power. Can't do it. Cannot allow him, after what happened last time, to regain power here in this company. Yet in Tribal Combat last week, Rollins was nowhere to be found. When everyone was trying to do their part, Drew said, I neutralized Jey Uso. That's why Jey Uso didn't get involved in Tribal Combat. He was so worried about McIntyre, but Seth was nowhere to be found. He was too worried about his own little match in the main event, which, by the way, he lost. So he said it's pathetic. Rollins said that I've got no patience for any of this crap. Punk interrupted and said, you got no patience. He goes, I've got no patience for any of this. So if any of you want to swing, let's go. Okay, this guy's ready to throw hands like it's Chicago in 2022. So Drew started to make his way down to the ring. Seth was ready to go. Here comes McIntyre. McIntyre stops, though, and says, no. Why would I ever do that? There's a bigger problem going on right now. Roman playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. He said Roman's got his falafel already. I fucking died. I thought it was funny, when we had LA Knight on SmackDown. What did we call the Ufalafa? But he called it the Ufalafa. But he got his falafel back, so he's very happy. He goes, if only there was a way that he could get his hands on the title before Roman does. He goes, oh, wait, there is. And that's because I'm going to win the Royal Rumble. So that was pretty much it. That's it. We had Rollins, we had McIntyre, and we had Punk, all in the course of this segment, declaring for the Royal Rumble. Now, I would have been able to take McIntyre a little more seriously when he was, taking jabs here at Rollins losing his match last week. McIntyre hadn't lost his fucking match last week, which he did. And we found out why that is later in the show, considering what Jey Uso was doing in Saturday night's main event. But McIntyre lost too, so, you shouldn't throw stones. But you look at the lineup so far. What do we have for the Royal Rumble, the men's Royal Rumble match so far? We know Roman Reigns, John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Jey Uso, and LA Knight have all declared for the Royal Rumble match so far. That right there is a stacked lineup. You look at the big stars, top stars in the company right now. That's the vast majority of them right there. Right? Who else is missing? Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens are having a ladder match. Sami Zayn, I'm sure he'll be in the Rumble. Priest, Balor, people like that. Logan Paul, I'm sure will be in the Royal Rumble match. But that's a stacked lineup right there. Not even counting any potential surprises like Rock or somebody else who might possibly want to be in the Rumble match. As far as the follow-up between Punk and Rollins, I still find it hard to believe that what we got last week was a one and done. And it wasn't, in that Rollins came out this week and said, look, I'm gonna come get him.
Legitimately, the only one that does what I mentioned is MJF. Which is why I don't really understand why MJF gets the hate.
He had a confrontation here with Jey Uso that led to Jey Uso and him. They're going to have a match at Saturday night's main event. Santi, look, I was under the impression, and I still am under the impression, that Gunther is making it to WrestleMania as World Heavyweight Champion. However, I don't know. I do think there could be a chance that Jey Uso wins only because Gunther has already defeated him 2 times. Is there a world where Jey Uso actually wins here against Gunther? Mind you, Gunther also kind of buried him a little bit and said, you're a good tag team wrestler. You're not on my level, sort of deal. I loved it. I love Dick Gunther. He's so great when he's an asshole. I love it.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see him lose the title, but Jey Uso's pride is kind of on the line here.
It is. Okay. So I'm going to say something that's a little bit off the beaten path. I said this in my stream and it resonated with people. I don't think that Jey Uso needs this title victory necessarily, but something that I believe is needed is I think that Saturday night's main event needs a moment. Last Saturday night's main event left a lot of people saying this was a show you could miss. Nothing happened here. It was fun wrestling, but this just sort of felt like filler. Saturday night's main event needs its key game-changing needle mover moment. Because if it happens, if that moment happens to be Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship, then every Saturday night's main event henceforth is must-watch. You cannot miss Saturday night's main event because something like this can happen. It still feels crazy. Like, it doesn't feel logical yet to have Gunther lose the World Heavyweight Championship, but I'm also willing to see what that looks like. I'm game if they're gonna pull the trigger on Jey Uso. Maybe they test the waters with championship changes of lesser championship, like the Intercontinental Championship or something else. But at some point, they're gonna need to do something big for Saturday night's main event, and I don't think it gets bigger than Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. That would be crazy.
I know, but I also feel so bad for Gunther. I don't want his title reign to end just yet because I had in my mind these big ideas and these big moments coming up in the horizon for Gunther. So for him to sort of just like end it there, it feels like, oh, why? Especially right now, given how much criticism Gunther is getting, or not that he's getting per se, but the booking of Gunther's character that it's getting. Like, it's getting a lot of criticism from people.
Yeah, and I think the big is why do they protect the people that he's beating so often? Like what we saw with Damian Priest, what we saw at Saturday Night's Main Event, his wins over Sami Zayn just not being the cleanest either. Yeah, like I'm done. We can move on.
Who tries to screw somebody and then after give them a hug when they come out on top?
Slander. I won't allow this.
Rhea. And reminder, that's where we started. That's where we were supposed to go. And of course, minus the big moment that they had at the closing of the USA Network. I thought that was fantastic. They killed it there. But
Fucking break. Give me a fucking break. Sit there and fucking slob the fucking cock of everything AEW. I will continue to sit here and call out every fucking problem that they have because not only does it.
Why did I buy the sock?
I'm looking at him right now. I need to see this like side by side. Smile.
All right, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
When the temperature drops, you've got choices.
All right. I do want to see the highlight them on that war again. God damn it! I want to see the highlight. Damn it! All right. Might will just skip it to the end. I'm trying to see the highlight them on that war again. See the main event. James and Ludwig Kaiser was a great match. Oh, there's the amazing Karrion Cross. There's Sami Zayn. I don't know what Cross is doing. So is the Wyatt Six really not on that war? So are they going to SmackDown then? So Sami Zayn did beat the Miz. All right. Here at the main event, Damian Priest and Finn Balor in a street fight. A very good match so far. Pretty good match. The match is over, right? Yep. Damian Priest won. So I get the feud has to be over. That was the end of Monday Night Raw. Damian Priest beat Finn Balor, so the feud had to be over. They had to move on. Pretty good main event.
Sami Zayn needs to win matches like that more often.
Yes.
That was awesome. Elizabeth taking to the Blue Thunderball, that was great. But the Sami Zayn getting roasted by Seth Rollins, calling him Roman's boy, aren't you happy that Roman won? That was cool. I like that.
That was good. The other thing I need to ask you, this just reminded me of this. Wyatt Six is now on SmackDown. Final Testament Wyatt Six story seems to be complete.
Denise, go ahead, celebrate.
Woo! I was so stoked. I was like, it's done. It's done. It's done.
For those that don't know, Denise hates this.
Because it stinks. And clearly they think so too. Because if not, we would have continued to see it. But they were like, nah, we're just going to move them to another brand and let's not take another look at it ever again. This was their out.
There's a lot of outs that are about to happen, by the way, with this transfer portal. A lot of outs, a lot of new beginnings. But yeah, I feel like this isn't necessary yet.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just laughing at the chat right now. All right. Let's continue on here with the show. All right, I want to get into Rhea Ripley because we did get a moment here with Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who is now a Raw superstar. She's not having a transfer for me. I don't know. I thought that's what she meant, or was that just a one-time thing?
I don't think she said I'm now on Raw. Pump handle half Nelson driver for the win. So I take it all back. I popped big when he went for that arm break. Again, that just takes me back, man, to the Lucha Underground days, the arm collection. That's the version of Penta I was waiting for 5 years in AEW when we never fucking got it. But he used it here.
Now, if the Wyatt Six and Uncle Howdy get removed to SmackDown, who are they going to feud with, and what's next for them?
In this match, he got to show off all of his key moves: the Destroyer, the Arm Breaker, the Penta Driver. After the match was over, Jackie Redmond gets into the ring, and she's going to interview him. Now, his wife and kids. I presume I they didn't even say it initially, but I assumed it was his wife and kids. They were kids, especially, crying their eyes out. Otherwise, if it wasn't his family, that's just fucking weird. So his family's in the front row, and they're very emotional. And he thanks San Jose. He said that this is his new home. Honestly, if you were wondering, his English in this promo was pretty good. His English was good. Like, there's some guys who obviously it's not their first language. They're maybe in the middle of learning it. Like Julia has talked about how she's achieving greatness starts with optimizing your health, whether you're a world-class athlete or a busy parent.
Members only chats.
Stuff. But his English here, I thought, was Ripley is going to have a feud until we get to WrestleMania. I feel like Rhea Ripley is going to be in cruise control until WrestleMania. And if anything, I feel like this demonstrated it because, yeah, we got the little bit of the hint of the potential Bayley versus Rhea Ripley stuff that could potentially happen down the line. But this was hype the women's Royal Rumble. This was what this was.
Oh yeah, that's right. And Jack mentioned himself.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention that. Yeah, you're right. I sort of hope that they do. Like, I get it. I think her being on autopilot might be the way that they go about it, but I hope that they make this reign for Rhea a little bit different. Because one of the biggest criticisms that Rhea got from her initial reign was that she wasn't defending the title enough, and then it was all about Dominic Mysterio. I would love to see her change that narrative and get these matches. And it's so funny because Bayley seems to be like that person that makes almost every champion, like her and Bianca, like the matches that they had made Bianca's championship reign. Now she's going to go up and face Tiffany Stratton. She's going to give her a hell of a first defense. And so I'm like, hell, let's rock it with Bayley and Rhea. I want to see that. I'm here for it. So yeah, I really like this a whole lot. Let's see how you like this one. We got Roman Reigns here who said Santos Train is greater than Santos Train.
Why are you guys bringing these stupid memes here? It's so dumb. We got to do this. Santos is my co-host of the Wrestling School podcast. We got to do this thing that I didn't like the New Day stuff with Terry and Cross in the summer. And then he said, okay, well, then you're not allowed on the New Day train. I was like, I don't want to be on the New Day train. And then the heel turn happened. I was like, please get on the New Day train. And then he wouldn't let me on the New Day train. I wasn't allowed to cheer or enjoy anything
New Day was on screen, my chat would just spam not allowed, not allowed, not allowed because of the stupid dumb meme with Sancho in this train.
But he's their heel now, so shouldn't it be like shouldn't the rules start all over now for your train?
I would think so. And listen, it was never that I didn't like the New Day. I just didn't like the carrying cross stuff. The New Day got good once they left the carrying cross stuff. It's a different train.
Yeah,
It's a different train.
Yeah, it's a start. It's a new ticket, a new journey.
Yeah, new train.
You know which train I never want to be on?
Tell me.
The Final Testament train.
What could
I want to be excluded out of it forever.
What could win you over? Is there anything that the Final Testament could do outside of like ending world hunger? And even then you'd be like, oh, this is pretty boring.
The way that they ended world's hunger, it was just so boring. Like they could have put a little bit. I want a little bit more psychology in the way that you do it. You know, I don't think there's anything. I'm so bored out of my mind with the Final Testament that I just tune out at this point. So yeah, I'm for sure out of their train forever. Never taking that ride. I'm out. I'm out. They could have won me over, but they lost it. All right, we got a street fight match: Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, the main event of the evening. They really, really went all out to really make this entertaining. A street fight, that's what it was. They fought in and out of the ring, had a big spot off of the little stage platform area in the crowd. Table spots, you name it, that was happening. Kendo sticks, chair shots, trash bin spots, a little bit of everything. There was a moment where Finn Balor hit the quick raw on Damian Priest on the table and slipped and fell on his back. I was like, oh snap, Finn, I hope you're okay. We got some interferences as well from Carlito and JD McDonough. JD McDonough took a bunch of sick bumps. At one point, he got tossed into the LED screens. I thought that was kind of sick. The War Raiders came out to have Damian Priest's back, so they took out Carlito and JD McDonough, finally leaving them alone in the ring to finish this off. And Priest hits the Razor's Edge through the table, gets the win, finishes him off with the South of Heaven, and gets the win.
I love this. Yeah, aside from the outcome, it's just like, what's wrong with Finn Balor? Why do they hate him so much? There's a reason why he's become Finn Balor, why some of the people have given him that nickname. And it's just so bizarre. Like, look, I get it. This Damian Priest is your big guy, but like, and I'm fine with Damian Priest winning this. But if you're gonna have Damian Priest win this in the way that he did, why couldn't Finn have won one of the matches leading into this?
Because they shouldn't even be having these matches anymore. Damian Priest should be doing something totally different.
What?
And he's a totally different level right now than Finn. And
I agree.
In the day.
I've said this before on a previous episode. Finn's stock is like the lowest that it's ever been. Somehow it found a way to get lower. The match is great. That's the thing. I really, really enjoyed the match. But the end result, I'm walking away out of this, right? Being like, cool. Like, the match is great, but what did this do for either of them?
Nothing. Is this feud still going to continue?
I wouldn't be surprised if we get Finn Balor once again being like, yeah, just wait, I'm gonna take out Damian Priest for like the 18th time just to get destroyed. I hope this is done. I'm assuming it's done, but I'm also weary that it's not.
That's what I'm fearing too, because I think that the end result should basically be like the Judgment Day turning on Finn Balor, right? He's kind of being a jerk behind the scenes. He's like, if you listen to Finn, you will win. Nobody likes that. Nobody likes anybody like that. So I feel like that's like shouldn't Damian Priest have a little bit of like a win in breaking them up, given the fact that they turned on him and Rhea? But
I guess so. But like, what does that do for Damian? Like, what does that do?
I'm reaching. I really don't know. I was just trying to find some sort of a story or some sort of an answer here, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like we do need to tell the story of the end of the Judgment Day, and you kind of already talked about this, with the Wyatt Six and the transfer portal just being an out. Maybe this is our out. Let's just separate some Damian to SmackDown. Let's just start something new. Next week he's feuding with Carmelo Hayes. Okay, fine, something new. Because Damian Priest needs a change of scenery,
whether it's a new show, a new feud, whatever it might be. His little little group with the War Raiders, that does nothing for me, does nothing for anybody. I don't feel like anybody's particularly excited to see that group develop into anything more than just a couple of run-ins and appearances. But Damian Priest, more than almost anybody on the roster, needs a change of scenery, a complete reset, because even though he's this main event guy, he's a main event guy I see nothing for over the next couple of months, because I've been so pigeonholed and tunnel vision just thinking about him and the Judgment Day and Finn Balor that he just needs something different, something new.
You're like, I can't even imagine him doing anything different anymore. That's it. That's all we got for Damian Priest, which is very unfortunate because he's a cool dude, he's popular. So I hope that he breaks out of the Judgment Day vortex and gets out of there. We got Soundwave 80s here who says, have you ever watched the show Three's Company? Of course. Love that show. I didn't watch all the episodes, but I definitely watched a lot of them. Santi, I'm assuming you did too.
No,
Not one?
not one. I don't even know what the show is.
What?
Yeah.
It was the show where it was what do you call it? Jason Ritter, which unfortunately he passed away. This is a show from a very, very long time ago. John Ritter, excuse me. And it was Suzanne Summers, there you go. Suzanne Summers, Joyce DeWitt, and Don Knott. Anyways, that was a very funny show where a guy had two females as a roommate. And as roommates, it was a guy and two girls. And
They wanted to give her a hug. He was ready to jump ship because this woman lost her. So he thinks that he's going to buy some flowers for Liv Morgan, and she's going to forget all about it. So he brings the flowers in. He says that it wasn't what it looked like last week. And Liv said, "Oh, I'm not mad." And then she proceeded to give Dom a whole list of chores, basically, and things she wanted him to do, including going out and grabbing my bags from the car. And you can grab Raquel's bags as well. So Liv left, and Dom told the guy, "See, I didn't think that she would be mad at all." So Balor laughed at him and turned his attention to his match later against Damian Priest. Balor told Dom, "Put your hands up during my match and focus on making things right with your woman. And you can do that by going and getting her bags." So he didn't want Dom to have anything to do with his match later. Did Sheamus? You heard this one before. Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser. One-on-one.
What the fuck?
You know, on the one hand, it feels like we've seen this match at least half a dozen times. But when they go out there and they have the match, it's usually very hard hitting. They have a good match. So tonight was just more of the same. Sheamus set up for the 10 beats. Kaiser kicked him off the.
You know what?
SmackDown, Damian versus Cody, Damian versus Roman, Damian versus LA Knight, etc. Like we said, a fresh new scenery, some new opponents. I would so be down for all of that. Joe, thank you so much for the suggestion. We got Terrence Johnson who says Denise Ridge versus Carrion. Who do you got? Oh, brother, you're killing me here.
Do you not like the Fridge?
I don't like Rich Holland either on the show. Oh my god, I think I'm gonna have to pick Carrion Cross.
Wow, you don't like the NXT Ridge? I like the NXT Ridge.
I don't. It is just so vanilla, and that's insulting to vanilla. I'm gonna be honest. I've had more fun with vanilla than I have with Rich Holland. I'm sorry, I just can't. I'm gonna pick Carrion Cross. Terrence, thank you. That was a good one. Alrighty, guys. I think we got it all for today. My friends, that was WWE Raw. Santi and I, thank you so much to everybody who's tuning in on my end, on Santi's end. Thank you so much for watching those who watch live, those who watch the replay, or listen to the audio. We truly, truly appreciate you. Santi, please let the people know where they can check out all of your work, constantly putting out daily content. Tell people where they can find it.
All things Santi's app, whether it's YouTube, maybe not TikTok much longer, but Instagram.
We truly appreciate you. Santi, please let the people know where they can check out all of your work, constantly putting out daily content. Tell people. They know there's a lots happening here on the channel. So make sure you guys come show some love. And thank you guys so much as always. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye, everyone.
Kaiser, it was fine. Just, it's more the same. It just wasn't any different than any of the other matches we've seen in the past. Sheamus was on with Chris Van Vliet. Chris has been knocking it out of the park with his interviews recently. Seth Rollins,
And it's just
Sheamus also spoke to him recently. And in the interview,
theme music for Penta. It is, I don't know if it's Def Rebel,
more at the
but
bottom with Cody
it's
Rhodes'
fit
title
in
reign.
very,
Well,
very
there's
well. It was
also
a lot
precedent for Cody
better
Rhodes'
than
title reign
what
being
we
defended
are
that night.
used to hearing
Well,
with
realistically,
WWE
Cody
talent
Rhodes the
coming
same
on out
thing.
for the first time. I
Well,
thought it
first of all,
worked
Cody Rhodes it
very
happened
well.
the
You
same
guys
thing.
might
Just
think
y'all know.
differently. I
You know,
thought
Cody
it
Rhodes hadn't defended the
was
title that much.
something that
It's
fit
been
him
3
very
months now since he's defended the title.
comes on out. He does that little funky dance he
7
does
nice man.
down the aisleway. He is. There's some barbecue chips that flew into the air. Listen, Ibu,
This motherfucker's been like perfectly tough.
I could see that, and I could get behind that. Christian, who says,
The chat and everybody. Thank you guys.
bye, Denise. Bye-bye. All right. You guys enjoy that? You guys like the post show? I like doing the post show. We had a couple of super chats here. We had Bob Vance says thoughts.
someone that's
Oh, don't you look careful.
it's got to be a certain theme, a certain character. Priest and Balor, and the crowd was all for it. Balor said, "Hell no, you ain't."
Again, we know the title means a lot to him. He's talked about it, so I hope they tell that story. I just don't see a title change happening on that show. I feel like you want to save that for a much bigger show because it would be a big moment. And I feel like in a stadium setting, whether that was, look, the Royal Rumble already has over 50,000 tickets sold. Elimination Chamber is going to be in Toronto at what used to be the Skydome. Then WrestleMania is going to be at Allegiant Stadium. So take your pick. A show like that is where he should finally win that title for the first time. But I'm encouraged by the fact that we appear to be circling back around to Sheamus and the IC title. But I was a little worried they were just going to move away from it
How about
and
tonight?
not come back to it for another year. But as I look at WrestleMania and where the pieces fall, Sheamus, Braun Breaker,
Destroyer or a Mexican destroyer. Surprised to see it, first of all. Second of all, if you guys watch the show tonight, Chad Gable sold the living fucking shit out of this Canadian destroyer. The way that he landed and the way that he flopped over after the move was executed was a thing of fucking beauty. Give credit to Chad Gable for doing what he did to get this move over. It looked like the most devastating move in the history of the business after he was done executing it. This is awesome, said the crowd. Penta did the Zero Miedo talk before kicking Gable in the head. Gable hit a dragon screw, and then he applied an ankle lock. Penta got out of it. He hit what he calls the sacrifice, which is his hammer lock into the arm breaker. Remember when you used to watch Lucha Underground and Penta did the arm breaker? They used to add a little sound effect as he broke, quote unquote, someone's arm. They gave you a little snapping effect. We don't get that here, but Gable again sold this, screaming, "My arm! My arm!" He gets up, he picks Gable up, Penta driver, 1, 2, 3. And that was enough for the win as Pentagon Jr. wins in his debut match on Monday Night Raw. Man, I'm so happy to see him here. I really am. You know, back when Vince was running shit, and I don't want to sit here and say Triple H is perfect. He's not. Triple H appreciates talent more so than his father-in-law did. I don't even think Vince would have hired him. I don't even think we'd be here if Vince was here. We wouldn't be looking at Penta in WWE. We wouldn't be looking at him and the reaction he got. His family wouldn't be front row. We wouldn't be cutting a microphone in Spanish on Netflix. We wouldn't see anything remotely close to Penta on TV. Vince hated everybody that wore a mask except for Rey Mysterio. He would have never allowed it. Triple H is a lot more welcome. Like I said in the cold open of this show, this match did two things. Two things more than anything. Three things, actually. One, it showed you that Penta can actually work a WWE style, and it showed you how good he is when he's not fucking recklessly flipping and diving because some fucking half-ass hack AEW producer puts them in a match where flip and dive, false finish, kick out of finishes, this and that. Let's go and drop someone on their head. Kick out, kick out, kick out. Crowd goes crazy. That's number one. Number two, it is an indication to AEW what they are doing wrong and what they need to start doing. Because look at the emotional investment and what these two guys did. They built up the moment with the leg, selling the leg, the babyface making a comeback, doing his big spots, which were explosive to get the victory in the end. And when he did, the crowd legitimately popped. It popped. To a point where I'll get to the post-match that popped. And three, this is an indication to every disgruntled AEW talent that Tony Khan is wrongfully fucking over because he's a petty fucking hack.
He's had some great matches in NXT. He can talk. He like everything that you would look for in a future world champion. Boba Fett. So we got our first little look at him here on this show, but it will not be the last. But we have the World Heavyweight Champion, the other World Heavyweight Champion, not the NXT Champion. We had Gunther coming out to the ring for a promo. And Gunther was not on the Netflix premiere last week, but he said he followed the show very closely and he was not impressed. A lot of people were not impressed. Gunther wished that they had a roster that could fulfill his high expectations. He said everybody is fighting over personal drama. Who's the head of the table? Who's the best in the world? Who cares, he said. And put over his world title as the most important in WWE. And then he got cut off by Jey Uso's entrance. Jey Uso comes to the ring and he asked Gunther if he heard. Wants to make sure he heard right. He heard Gunther say that he was looking for somebody to care about the World Heavyweight Championship. He goes, well, you're looking at him. Main event, Jey Uso. And he challenged Gunther for his title on Saturday night's main event. And Gunther laughed and he asked Jey,
by the time this AEW Warner contract is up, there will be no more AEW.
Well, I think I made this video long enough. Might as well stop it. Been about an hour. I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for all the support. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I will make more videos. I will upload more. I will be back with more. I will do a WWE SmackDown this Friday. Make you guys enjoy this video.
main event is not just a nickname.
But the truth was, He had been waiting forever.
Yeah, so Michael thought the video. I'll see y'all later.